Hey guys, and welcome back to Everything DIY. Today we're going to be showing you how we change the transmission fluid in our Mazda Speed 3. We have about 20,000 miles on our old fluid, so we're going to be using our trusty Redline MTL. And if you're interested in seeing how we do this, please stay tuned. Only a couple tools really for this project. We're going to be needing a ratchet, some sockets, a drain pan, long bendable funnel, and of course transmission fluid. For our car we need 75W80. And for yours, just make sure you check to make sure that you have the correct fluid for yours. All right, first thing we need to do is remove our air filter. If you still have a stock intake, make sure you take the air box off first. So I'm going to unclip this and okay, so now it's time to jack up the car on both sides. I'm going to start doing that now. Also make sure to use a jack stand whenever you're working on your car. Okay, now that the car is securely jacked up on both sides, we're going to head on under and remove the under tray. Okay, so to remove the under tray, we have 7 bolts, 3 in the front and 2 back here on both sides. So I'm going to start by removing the ones in the front. Now that all the bolts are removed, to remove the under tray, you're going to pull and then pull it off like that. And it's stuck. There we go. Now it's time to drain the fluid, so make sure you have your drain pan ready. We're going to be removing this bolt here. Okay. Slowly twist it off, and you'll hear the pressure. We're going to let it drain for a few minutes, but before we do that, we're going to remove the fill plug, which is right here. Okay, so the transmission is still draining, but we want to make sure it drains completely. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and lower the car back down so that it's level. Okay, so now that the car is done draining, we're going to go ahead and lift it back up to replace the drain bolt. Now I'm going to replace the drain bolt. And then I'm going to torque it down to 30 foot-pounds. So we're going to go ahead and lower the car again so that we can fill it because the car needs to be level. Okay, so you remember the fill hole we unplugged earlier, right down here? Well, we are going to now put the end of this funnel right in there. Okay, and that's what it looks like from underneath. Alright, so now it's time to fill. This car takes about 2.6 quarts. We're going to pour the first 2 quarts in easily, and then the third we're going to do slower. So I'm going to start now. Keep in mind that this car cannot be overfilled, so we have our drain pan underneath in case any extra comes out while we're doing this. Okay, so here we have the third bottle, and this one's a little trickier than the other two. We're going to be using about 60% of what is in here, and we want to make sure that we're filling it up slowly. So how we're going to do this is we're going to put some in, and then we're going to remove the funnel and check to see if any fluid comes out. Now we're going to keep doing that until we see that some starts to overflow out of the hole a little bit, and then we'll know that it's completely full. So I'm going to go ahead and start pouring this. Now we're going to check. All right, so it's still not full. We're going to try a couple more times. Okay, we're going to check again. Okay, so we verified that the transmission is full, so I'm going to replace the fill plug. Okay, and torque it down. Okay. Okay, so after we replace the fill bolts, we also replace the under tray, and I also put the air filter back on. And the best thing to do after you're done with this project is to just go around and do a nice easy drive to get the oils flowing through, and everything will be good. So if you liked our video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in our next one. Bye!